What's going on, everybody? Jon Frisch here of Locked On Angels. Of course, I am one half of the Super Halo Bros with my brother Mike. And this is the first ever episode of Quick Hits, where Mike and I, throughout the off season, are going to be presenting you with a singular topic, anywhere from 3, 5, 10 minutes, right? And we just want to do this on the days that we're not doing full episodes, so that we have a little bit of a breather, but still keep you informed about what's going on. They're going to be a little more casual conversations. Of course, this will be on YouTube. It'll be in your podcast feed as well. So if you're interested in listening or watching, we'd love to hear from you. So get into our comments on YouTube. And on today's Quick Hits, we're talking Shohei Ohtani's contract, the luxury tax, and the deferral news that came out yesterday. I thought it'd be a good idea for us to just have a quick conversation about what all of this means and try to clear up some confusion around Shohei Ohtani's contract. Again, just casual conversations here on Quick Hits. So let's get into it. First up, I need to pull up my screen here because I want you to be able to see this. And if you're listening on the audio side, I'll do my best to present this for you well so that you know what I'm talking about here. So let's get going with this here. First of all, we heard the news yesterday that this came from Fabian Ardaya of The Athletic. Shohei Ohtani will defer $68 million per year of his $70 million annual salary over the course of his 10-year, $700 million deal with the Dodgers, allowing the team to keep spending, and according to a person briefed on the terms. So essentially, Shohei Ohtani is taking $2 million a year, getting paid $2 million a year. Everybody was like, what in the world? Why would he do this? Well, here's some information from Fabian Ardaya's article. He says, in an effort to enable the Los Angeles Dodgers to continue spending around stars Ohtani, Betts, Freeman, Ohtani agreed to defer all but $2 million of his annual salary, $68 million of his $70 million per year salary, until after the completion of his contract. The deferred money is to be paid out without interest from, listen to this, 2034 to 2043. We're going to have to rename it Shohei Bonilla Day instead of Bobby Bonilla Day, right? Now, we all knew that these deferrals were part of the contract, but here's the thing. This is the part I want Angel fans to pay attention to, because I understand that people were like, why wouldn't Shohei do this for us? Well, it was reported that he was willing to do this with each of the teams that he met. That was confirmed by Jeff Fletcher of the Orange County Register. But I need to point out something here to you because I think it's important for us to understand this. Even though Shohei Ohtani is taking $2 million per year, that does not mean that they are not paying a lot of money toward the luxury tax. And we know as Angel fans, the luxury tax is something that they have long avoided. They don't want to go over it. This year, the luxury tax, if it is $237 million. So let me read this part to you. The deferrals also give the Dodgers extra freedom navigating the competitive balance tax, or luxury tax as it's called, for the CBT, competitive balance tax purposes. The expected annual average value on the contract is said to be about $46 million per year, people briefed on the terms said. So the Dodgers are still paying $46 million toward the luxury tax on this Shohei Ohtani contract. Now, you might be asking, okay, Jon, why isn't this just a straight, 10 years, $700 million? Why wouldn't that be $70 million per year? Well, let me give you an example here. So everybody's favorite, Anthony Rendon, I have him pulled up here on Spot Track. He signed a 7-year, $245 million deal, of course, before 2020. And if you notice, here's the base salary. So this is what he's actually earning each year. The first year in 2020, he earned $25.5 million. Now, obviously, that got cut down because 2020 was only 60 games. In 2021, he earned $27.5 million, $36 million in 22, $38 million for the rest of his contract. So what the Angels did is they kind of backloaded this contract, right? They're paying him all this money way later in his contract. But because it's $245 million a year across 7 years, the average value of that each year is $35 million even. And that's the money that goes toward the luxury tax. So when we talk about luxury tax salary, when we talk about, the Angels trying to stay under the luxury tax, Rendon accounts for $35 million of that salary, despite what he's actually being paid. The average value for each year of Rendon's contract is $35 million. Now, you might be asking again, well, Shohei's earning 70 over 10 years. Why wouldn't that just be 70 million toward the luxury tax? And that is a very good question. So I found John Becker, who works with Roster Resource on FanGraphs, and John said he actually has an article coming out today. So look for that on FanGraphs. Now, this part here, the discounted rate is 4.43%. There's a lot of lingo that I can't pretend to even know. But here's the thing. The present value of $68 million, that's the key word here, is $44 million and some change. Okay, so essentially what this means is this. Yes, Ohtani signed a $700 million contract, but because it's deferred, that money does not equal $700 million 10 years from now, right? A dollar today is more valuable than a dollar tomorrow, is the old phrase. So that's why he's using the term present value. So essentially, the true value, not the hardware store, but the true value of Ohtani's contract comes out to about $460.8 million. So yes, he signed a $700 million deal, but in reality, by the time he gets that money, it'll probably be worth about $460 million, right? And that's why the average annual value of each year is $46 million. So that means that's what's going toward the luxury tax. So essentially, yes, Ohtani is giving the Dodgers freedom to spend. Payroll and cash flow are very important things to a team. Now, I will say the Dodgers, they've got an unlimited budget, right? They have no problem paying players and signing guys and things like that. But here's the thing. Yes, it does help them toward the luxury tax because it's $46 million, not $70 million. And because those deferrals are being paid later, it is weird that because they're deferring all that money, not all of it goes toward the luxury tax now. Because after this contract is over, the Dodgers don't pay anything toward the luxury tax for Shohei Ohtani, right? So I know everybody's kind of saying this is a loophole. This isn't right. It's something that the players and the owners agree to. It's in the collective bargaining agreement. And so there's nothing bad about this. There's nothing nefarious about this. But I will say that it does kind of suck because it's not great for other teams when the Dodgers have this much cash flow, right? Look, the Dodgers are a machine. And the reason why they're doing this is because they need the cash on hand now to pay for more players and whatnot. But if they add more players, those players are still, their contracts are still going to go toward the luxury tax. So let's say, they just got Joe Kelly, right? And they're going to pay him, I don't know what the terms of the deal are. Let's say $7 million for 2024. And it's a 1-year deal, right? They need that $7 million on hand to pay for Joe Kelly. And $7 million will also go toward the luxury tax. What Ohtani has essentially done here for the Dodgers is to make it easier for the Dodgers to have cash flow, money on hand, so that they can pay guys like Joe Kelly or whoever else they decide to add. So again, payroll salary is much different than luxury tax salary. That's why we talk about it all the time on Locked On Angels. And I think that all of this conversation is important to Angel fans because they want to know, why couldn't we do this? Well, we probably could have, but the Angels are so obsessed with the luxury tax threshold anyway that $46 million toward the luxury tax probably wouldn't have been the best thing for the Angels this season. That's going to be it for this episode of Quick Hits. I hope you enjoyed. Again, casual conversations here on days when Mike and I are not doing full episodes. We'll be doing these throughout the off season every now and then. So stay tuned for more Quick Hits, and we'll see you here on Wednesday for another full episode with the Super Halo Bros of Locked On Angels.